Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. Her Grace Yamuna Swarupa Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom. Bhakta Ramesha Nayak Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita followed by Srila Prabhupada quote. Bhaktin Sneha Barkul Mataji will be reading the slokas of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, followed by Bhaktin Rupamshi Sharma Mataji reading Chaitanya Charitamrita sloka. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Dandvat Pranam. Om Madhyanatimiraandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. His Grace Shiksha Guru Rup Vilas Prabhu ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vranda ki Jai. Namamrita. Even the lowest class of men is delivered from sinful activities simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord. King Chitraketu, Lord Sankarshana, my Lord, it is not impossible for one to be immediately free from all material contaminations by seeing you. Not to speak of seeing you personally, merely by hearing the holy name of your Lordship only once. Even Chandalas, men of the lowest class, are free from all material contamination. Under the circumstances, we will not be free from material contamination simply by seeing you. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 9.5.16, Yan nama suti matrena puman bhavati nirmalaha. Simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord, one is immediately purified. Therefore, in this age of Kali, when all people are very contaminated, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is recommended as the only means of improvement. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatiranyatha. Adi Lila 17.21. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. There is no way, there is no way, there is no other way. Brihanardiya Puran. Material existence is a
Shri
result.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Huh?
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the chanting of the holy name.
Okay. Yeah. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced this chanting of the holy name of 500 years ago. And now, through the Krishna consciousness movement, the Hare Krishna movement, we are actually seeing that the men who are considered to belong to the lowest class are being delivered from all sinful activities simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord. Samsara material existence is the result of sinful actions. Everyone in this material world is condemned. Yet there is a different breeds of prisoners. There are different breeds of men. All of them in all status of life are suffering. To stop the suffering of material existence, one must take to the Hare Krishna movement of Sankirtana or Krishna conscious life. Herein it is said, Yan Nama Sakrisha Charanavanat. The holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so powerful that if once heard without offenses, it can purify the lowest of men, Kirata, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha. Such men who are called Chandalas are less than the Shudras, but they also can be purified simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord, not to speak of the personally seeing the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.16.44. Hare Krishna. Namamrita, 11th March. It is the duty of the disciple that even if the spiritual master or senior acharya agrees to be defeated, it is the duty of the disciple to see that this spiritual master and superior is not defeated. Vrindavana, 11th March 1972. Hare Krishna.
I am still brave, love for others. How could I come alone to preach Krishna consciousness? I am still brave. Some astrologer told that this boy, for executing his purpose, he will enter into the fire. 11 March 1975.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all. Bhagavad Gita 7.3. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvata. Translation: out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.34. Gunadikan mudam lipsid anukrosham gunadamat maitrim samanad anvichen na tapir abhibhuyate. Translation: every man should act like this. When he meets a person more qualified than himself, he should be very pleased. When he meets someone less qualified than himself, he should be compassionate toward him. And when he meets someone equal to himself, he should make friendship with him. In this way, one is never affected by the threefold miseries of this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Chaitanya Charit Madhya Leela 4.2. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandran Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Translation: all glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityanand Prabhu, all glories to Advait Prabhu, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
हरे कृष्णा। श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी की जय। श्री श्री सीता राम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। His Holiness गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। As we know that from so much talks that chanting is the only way to come out of the material sufferings as well as going back to Godhead. So chanting in the association of devotees is the most effective because there is lesser chance of fall down. As we know from Navada Bhakti that Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. We understand that when we are chanting the holy name of the Lord, the first three, that is the first three angas of Navada Bhakti, which is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, all these three are fulfilled by just chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And when the chanting is done purely, simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord, one is purified. But it has to be pure chanting. Prabhupada explains that from a present position, the Supreme Personality of Lord can be personally seen only as the deity in the temple. The deity of the Lord, which is non-different from the Supreme Lord. Because we cannot see the Supreme Lord with our present blunt eyes. The Lord has kindly consented to come before us in a form we can see. Therefore, the deity in the temple should not be considered material. By offering food to the deity and by decorating and serving the deity, one gets the same result that one derives from seeing the Lord personally in Vaikuntha. Also, when we speak the holy name of the Lord with purity, or by going on chanting and chanting and chanting, ultimately the Lord's holy name is purely chanted. And then the contamination of the mind is removed. There is no contamination, and one can immediately feel the beautiful presence of the Lord. It is also possible that one may think that uh, I am only chanting the holy name, there is nothing happening. But that is all material feeling. One can understand that the Lord dances on the tongue of the one who chants the holy name of the Lord. So, like we know that in this age of Kali, the Lord is present in the Nam form. So it is understood from this that anybody who is a Chandala, who is a Shudra, can become immediately purified by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So, what to speak of normal people who are chanting the holy name of the Lord, or who are devotees, especially who are chanting the holy name of the Lord? When one goes to the temple and one sees the deity of the Lord and chants the holy name, it is the most beautiful way of chanting the holy name of the Lord. And as far as Prabhupada's quote is concerned, Prabhupada here is talking about the relation between the spiritual master and his devotee or his disciple. Especially when the disciple is so much involved with his spiritual master that he cannot see his spiritual master being defeated. This is the example specific of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Rupa Goswami was not only a spiritual master of Jiva Goswami, but he was also his uncle. So when Jiva Goswami saw that Rupa Goswami wanted to be defeated by a normal person who was just material person, and he thought himself as a scholar. So Rupa Goswami did not want to discuss with that material person. He did not want to discuss the Shastra, but he simply gave him a letter that, okay, I am defeated by you. But when Jiva Goswami heard this, he immediately went to that person and told him that what has my spiritual master written in this paper. He said that he has written that he is defeated. But he said, I can speak the Shastra with you. And Jiva Goswami defeated that person. When Rupa Goswami came to know, he told him, why did you do that? But that internally, Rupa Goswami was happy that his disciple had defeated that person. But superficially, he told him, why did you do that? And there was no need to uh, argue with that person. And there was no need to do all that. I had already given him the letter. But internally, Rupa Goswami was happy that my disciple has defeated that person who wanted to argue with me. So this is what Prabhupada is trying to explain. And he also is trying to explain that when uh, devotee is brave enough and he is ready to even enter the fire of material world and face everything, give them Krishna conscious in return. So that is a very beautiful thing. Yeah, Prabhupada is saying that it is a very brave thing to give Krishna consciousness to the material world, which is just like fire. And Prabhupada is also explaining that this all is so beautiful that Krishna is pleased with this. In order to please Krishna, one has to remember that he has to give Krishna to everyone. A devotee has to preach Krishna consciousness as much as possible in this material world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. His Grace Rupalas Prabhu ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Please stop recording. Raman or Prabhu, please stop recording.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Krishna
Pranam.
Mataji is completed and